everyone, welcome to this week's flow. My name is Linadia for those who don't already know, and I will be a yoga teacher for the next half hour or so. I hope everyone is feeling well and healthy and ready to get moving and ready to get in touch with our last element, which is the ether element. So for those who don't know, we have a series of flows. Each element has a flow dedicated to itself. So we've got earth, fire, water, air, and now finishing it off with ether. So when we think about ether, what exactly is it that we think about? Do we really know about it much? Ether is the fifth element that's often not spoken about as much because it's the least tangible. Air is of course sort of intangible, but we know it's here. We feel the wind, we feel the effects of it. Ether is the one that we barely feel, and so we question, is it even there? Ether can also be said to be space, and where there's space, there isn't really anything there. So once again, relating to the intangibility. And some people refer to ether as spirit. Once again, intangibility. What is spirit? Do we have, what's going on there? Many of us have some sort of understanding of spirit from either our religious background or our spiritual background. But some of us are neither. Some of us are atheists, and so spirit then becomes questionable. And in this world that we live in, even if you're religious or not, we often tend to believe more in things that we can experience. So this then explains why ether is the least spoken about. But nevertheless, it is one of the five elements. So ether or space or spirit then is in relation to the more spiritual aspect of things, our intuition and such. As it suggests, we are referring to space. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to open ourselves up to give ourselves space. But also, because it's very spiritual, we have to be able to quiet down to really get in touch and really figure out for ourselves, is it there? What is it? Because this is only something that we can experience. We can't really explain it. And so it's important that we then are quiet so that we have the ability to experience it. I'm not saying that we're going to stay in our quiet moments for longer this session, but I just want you to be aware of that during our quiet moments. So that's the introduction into ether. I do want to mention, please have your blocks and straps nearby. I've forgotten mine today, but I will definitely let you know where we can use them. And remember that you can use them even where I haven't mentioned. If you don't have blocks, grab a pillow or two or three. If you don't have a strap, grab a belt or a towel or some sort of long ropey thing. Maybe even a skipping rope. I don't know. I haven't tried it though. All right. Lots of airplanes. Let's jump in. Today we're going to get started seated at the backs of our mats, sitting on our heels, so we can relax the tops of the feet onto the floor. So today I'm not asking you to tuck the toes, sit on your heels. If you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome to sit here. Otherwise, we can just relax the feet. If this is intense for you, this is where you'd have your block. You can have your block long ways depending on how intense it is. So you'll bring your feet just slightly apart to give space for your block, and you'll be sitting up here on your block. You can either have it long ways, or you can bring it to the side if you want to come down a little bit, or onto its shorter side to come down even more. Or if you don't have a block, you can stack some pillows. We're going to get started the same way we usually do, just becoming present. Bringing ourselves here, into this time, into this space, into the present moment. And this is where we are able to become quiet. To enjoy the present moment. Just being. And then we bring our focus inward into the body, scanning through the body, making sure that we're not holding any unnecessary tension. So releasing through maybe the forehead, the eyebrows, the jaw, the neck or the shoulders, any part of the body where you might be holding tension. Maybe even your toes or your hands, unless you're holding a mudra. Then you can hold your mudra. Just relaxing. We want to start off our practice nice and calm, nice and relaxed, not holding any tension. And now that we've relaxed through the body, we can bring our attention to the breath. Not forcing or changing anything, just feeling the breath. Move in and out of the nostrils. Feel how the body moves with the breath. And at this stage, you can set an intention for the practice if you have one. And with your intention, now starting to deepen the breath. So as we inhale, we expand through the belly and expand through the lungs. Fill up the body, and as we exhale, we pull the belly back in towards the spine. We allow the lungs to collapse, to push all the air out. And we continue with that, expanding through the belly as we inhale. As we exhale, we pull the belly back towards the spine, and we allow the lungs to relax, or the ribcage to relax rather. Taking deep cleansing breaths. If you're familiar with your ujjayi breath, you can start with that. On our next inhale, we're going to bring the arms up. And look at that, my mat feels up. And then let's cactus arms. So bend at the elbows, open up the arms, and draw the elbows back as much as we can, opening up through the chest And let's exhale. Bring the right arm under, left arm over. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, open up cactus arms. Open up through the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, now we have the left arm under, right arm on top, hug. Relax the chin down to the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, right arm underneath, chin down, hug. Give yourself some love. Inhale, open. And exhale, last time, left arm under. Giving yourself a nice big hug. And we're going to continue with the opening and closing of the back, so placing the hands on the knees. Let's inhale, pull the knees towards us, open up the chest, draw the head back. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to chest. And again, inhale, pulling the knees towards us, open up. Exhale, round, chin to chest. And again, inhale, open up. Exhale, round. And inhale, coming back up to neutral. Let's place the right hand on the left knee. Left hand comes behind us and we twist. It's important that we have our backs straight. We're sitting up tall and we're looking as far back behind us as we can. Breathing. And let's do the other side. So left hand to right knee, right hand behind us, twisting. Looking as far back behind us as we can. Taking deep breaths. And let's inhale. Slide the fingers forward. Let's sit into our child's pose with the narrowed legs. So we keep the legs where they are. If you feel like this version of a child's pose is really uncomfortable for you, maybe you can't breathe, then you can open up the knees. But let's try to keep the knees closed. Otherwise, stretch the fingers forward, as far forward as they can go. Bring the bum down, as far down towards the heels as it can go. Breathe. Really open up through those shoulders. And through the upper back. Breathing. Alright, and then we're going to bring the knees out now. So just have them directly underneath the hips. And now we come forward into our puppy pose. So keeping the hips directly on top of the knees. And we just stretch the arms forward, bringing the chest down towards the floor. Breathing. If you'd like to intensify, you can bring the hands behind the head, relaxing the head down. Breathing. Another option, instead of bringing the hands back behind the head, is to come onto the tippy fingers. And you can always make this more and more difficult for yourself, or more and more intense, by placing blocks underneath the hands. And let's exhale, roll back into our child's pose. Roll the spine, coming up to seated on the knees. And then let's push ourselves up into a forward fold. Let's sway side to side here. Breathing. If you'd like to, you can grab the opposite elbows. If you wouldn't like to, you can place some blocks underneath the hands so that you can just relax the hands down and sway side to side with me. Breathing. You can also walk the feet here if you like, or rather walk the legs. Let's relax the head. Breathing, just loosening through the body. Let's inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, place the hands on the floor and walk the hands forward into a plank. Inhale up here. Exhale, let's walk the hands all the way back towards our feet, keeping the legs straight for as long as we can. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold, walk forward. Inhale up here. Exhale, coming back. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold, let's walk forward. Let's hold it here. Inhale. Exhale, let's come down through either our knees, chest and chin or our full chaturanga. Inhale, coming up into a cobra or an up dog. And we exhale back into our plank and we walk the hands back. We're going to do that one again. So let's inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, planting the hands, walk the hands forward into a plank. Hold it here, take a breath. Exhale, coming down through your version of choice. Inhale, we come up. Stretching through the front of the body. Let's look towards the left foot. Let's look towards the right. And come back to center. And come back into a plank. Walk the hands back. Finding ourselves back here in our forward fold. Let's inhale, rolling the spine coming up, rolling the spine vertebra by vertebra. The head comes up last. As the head comes up, we inhale, bringing the arms up. Grab onto the left wrist with the right hand. Let's stretch over to the right side. Inhale, coming up, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, stretching over to the left side. Breathing, and let's inhale, come up. Let's hug in that right knee. Don't worry about my mat. And let's twist through the ankle. Breathing, twist the other way. And now grab your strap if you feel you'll need it. What we're going to do is we're going to straighten our right leg and grab onto the big toe or onto the foot with the left hand. Make sure you've got your balance. And then the right hand comes behind us and we look back. So if you're using your strap, you'll then have it around the foot and you'll be holding your strap here. Or if you don't have a strap and you don't feel like using one, you can just hold on to the knee and we look back. Breathe. Make sure to flex through the foot if you're holding on to the knee. Taking a deep breath. Find that balance. And then let's hug the knee in once again. And then keep it there while we interlace our fingers behind our back except for our index finger, so coming into a pistol grip. And then we're going to straighten the leg. Let me just we're going to straighten the leg and step it forward. Doesn't matter how far forward we go, just so we have a comfortable step in front of us. Let's inhale, puff out the chest. Exhale, let's come down until we are parallel with the floor through the chest. Breathe. Make sure you've got some softness in this front knee. If this front knee feels like it's going through a lot, we can pump the leg so we can stretch through the hamstring because we are going to come down. Breathe. And then you can choose here, either you'll come all the way down, drawing the fingers back behind you, or if you're not comfortable doing that, you can place the hands on the floor on either side of the foot, and if you need your blocks, you'll have your blocks here. So coming into your version of choice, folding over the front leg, breathing. Grab your blocks if you need them. Inhale, let's all come up halfway, so just flatten the back. Bring the hands down and then we're going to place the right hand on the inside of the right foot. The left foot is going to come into a 45-degree angle behind us. Inhale, the left arm comes up. We're in our triangle pose. Make sure you've got that back straight and you still have some softness in the front leg. Breathing. See if you can bring this top hand all the way around and to your thigh behind you. Breathing. And we're going to inhale, lift up and bring the arm all the way up and have a slight stretch through this front side. Still have the hand behind you. Breathing. And then let's stretch out the arms, sort of in our warrior two arms. And then we're gonna come up onto the toes of the back foot as if we're coming into a high lunge. And then we're gonna kick off this back leg, come into our warrior three. Breathing. Deep breaths. Hold it steady. Bring the hands down to the heart. I hope you've got your blocks. We're going to stretch the right arm down towards the floor to open up into our half moon and immediately search for that back leg to get a nice stretch through the thigh. And I want you to try to get your knee as far back behind you as you can. Breathing. And then let's release the foot and come into a forward fold. And let's walk the feet back because we of course have to do the other side. So as we inhale, we roll the spine up, the head comes up last. We won't do the stretch to the side, so we can just keep it here. Let's hug in the left knee, twist through the ankle, breathing, and other way around. And then you know your options. Grab your strap if you need to, grab your toe, grab your foot, grab your knee. Straighten the foot if you're doing that, and then let's turn around. Left hand is behind us. We're looking back towards the left hand. Breathing. Find your point of focus. And then as we come back forward, we grab onto the knee. And then we keep the knee up in the air, flexing the foot. Pistol grip the hands behind us. Let's straighten the leg and step it forward and come down to become parallel to the floor. Really using that direction in the index fingers, keeping some softness in this leg. And remember, if you need to pump it, do so. Breathe. And then you can choose either to release the hands or keep the pistol grip. Inhale. Exhale, let's draw the chest down towards the foot and draw the arms over the head. Breathing. Deep breaths. And then we're going to inhale, come up again, release the hands onto the floor or onto your blocks, and the left hand comes to the inside of the left foot, the right foot comes into a 90-degree angle, and the right hand comes up in the air. Breathing. Let's bring the hand behind us, trying to grab our thighs. deep breaths. And then this left hand comes all the way up and over, keeping the hand behind us. And then let's straighten out both arms and then face the hips forward. Come up onto the ball of the back foot so we can kick ourselves up into our warrior three. Breathe. Have your blocks nearby. Bring the hands to your heart. And then we release the left hand down and the right arm comes up, immediately searching for this right foot. Breathing. Drawing the foot backwards, taking some nice deep breaths. And then we release the foot, bring the hand down, and then coming into a forward fold. Release the head. Let's grab the toes or place the hands underneath the feet, or grab your strap and place it around the feet. Inhale, exhale, folding. And then inhale, come up again. And we're going to bend the knees so we can come down to seated. Let's turn sideways on the mat and we're going to straighten out both legs. So have your legs nice and wide. Bring out the bum flesh. And we're going to start off by coming into a forward fold. So let's inhale, bring the arms up. And we exhale, leading with the chin, coming forward. Flexing through the feet. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Feeling the opening through the hips, through the inner thighs. Feeling the back relaxing here. And then we're going to come into some side stretches. So just gently sliding the hands over to the right. We want the right hand to the inside of the right leg. And we're going to open up through the chest. So we bring the left arm over and we're looking up from under the left arm. Reaching for our foot. And remember, you'll be wherever your body needs you to be here. So you can be up on your hand, you can be on your elbow, you can be touching the foot, you can be not touching the foot, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we feel the stretch and we're listening to our bodies. Breathing. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then we're going to gently close off the chest, and then we're going to come all the way to the other side, same way we got to the first side. And same thing here, looking up from under the arm, breathing, flexing through both feet. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then we close off the chest, come back forward to where we started. Let's see if we can come just a little bit more forward, little bit. And let's exhale, roll the spine, coming back up. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this right foot underneath the left cheek, and we're going to try to bring the left knee on top of the right knee. It's okay if it doesn't come directly on top. We do what we can. Left arm comes on top, right arm underneath, reaching for your hands. If you can't reach your hands, here you'll have your strap. You'll be pulling on your strap and creeping your fingers towards one another. And one day, your fingers will be able to touch. Breathing here. Some of us may or may not feel a nice stretch coming through the glute. If you would like to feel a stretch coming through the glute, I would suggest you lean forward. Breathing. This one is called cow face pose. Really want to feel a stretch through the tricep of the upper arm. And then let's release. And then we're just going to swap the legs. Nicely swapping the legs. And then of course we swap the arms as well. So now we have the right arm on top. Breathing. Really feeling the stretch through the tricep of the top arm. And then let's release. And we come down onto our backs. Hug the knees in just for a second, just for some love. Straighten out the left leg. And then hug in the left leg, straighten out the right. And then let's release. Coming into our Shavasana. So we're allowing the breath to come back to natural. And then we just feel the air coming in and out of the nostrils. Feeling as the body moves. If you find that the mind wanders away from the breath, that's absolutely fine. Simply acknowledging that the mind has wandered and bringing it back to the breath. If you'd like to stay here for longer, please press pause. Otherwise, if you're waking up with me now, wiggling through the fingers, wiggling through the toes, flopping the feet side to side, flopping the head side to side. And then whenever we feel ready, we bring up the knees. We turn over onto one side. And once again, whenever we're ready, pushing ourselves up to seated. Just taking a moment. Bring the hands to the sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And again, we inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Last time, arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Take some time to thank yourself for dedicating this time to your mind and to your body. And I thank you guys so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you guys again. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope you were able to connect with what it is we refer to as the ether element. If you'd like some more details on the ether element, please read the description below. If you enjoyed these, please hit the like button, and you can come back to them whenever you like. Share them with loved ones, with family, with friends, and make sure to hit the subscribe button, as we've got a new one every week. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.